Jack, I talk to people in counseling a lot, and sometimes I'll talk to people, and the way that they're communicating is being received as though it is nagging. A lot of times ladies will be like, I don't want to nag my husband, I don't want to nag my kids. But really what they're doing is they're processing, and they're anxious processing. A lot of times guys will come in and be like, people think I'm being condescending, and I don't mean to be, but really they're processing. So how do you help people to understand the intention behind your nervous talking?
Well, first understand that you have that, and understand that that might be an issue that you want to deal with and take care of. A lot of times when like you said, we're processing something, but we have to understand social cues. And if you start realizing that your spouse or your friend or your roommate or whoever it is that you're doing this to is starting to get upset and starting to mention these things to you, then that's something you have to take in and say, okay, then I have to be more proactive on taking care of this issue, because it's obviously something that I do regularly.
If they stop talking, participating in the conversation, then something's gone wrong. If they disengage, then something's gone wrong. It's normal and it's healthy. In fact, therapists make a livelihood on people wanting to process what they're going through verbally. Sometimes our family has heard us process a lot, and sometimes we process the same thing over and over and over. If that's what you're doing, know your audience, know the cues.
Yeah, it's okay to hold. So like nagging, it would be like telling somebody to do something maybe over and over and over and over again. Well, I would say if they're not doing that thing and you're having to tell them over and over and over and over again, then maybe they have something they need to work on, but maybe telling them over and over and over again isn't the way to do that. Maybe coming to them and saying, hey, I wanted to just talk to you about this. I've asked you a few times to do this and you haven't done it. Is there a reason? Because that's a lot better. That creates a conversation instead of just nagging, right? And so I think it's important to make sure that we create conversations in those situations.
Sometimes we evoke people's oppositional defiance by expressing what we're worried about over and over and over. Jack is a funny guy. In fact, I could ask Jack to do nearly anything, and he's that kind of friend, he probably would. But if I told Jack to tie his shoe in some sort of like authoritative way, he would likely not only untie his shoe, but untie the other shoe and throw it across the room just to show he can. And we evoke opposition by processing and not being aware of what's going on, and it oftentimes starts from a fairly innocent place. I'm saying that I'm worried about something. I'm saying that I value something. If you're saying the same thing over and over and over the same way and they're still not getting it, say it differently.
Yeah, this is a part of communication, really, and we do a lot of training in communication and helping people with communication. So if you have issues with this, give us a call.